As the Bears begin the offseason, the key questions coming out of the end-of-season news conference are, number one, Jaquan Brisker or Kevin Byard? Number two, did DJ Moore run hard enough to make an attempt on Caleb's last interception? And what position is the number one priority for the Bears this offseason?
This is all ground that a lot of people spent the week covering, and they are the hottest topics to come out of the end-of-the-season press conference. So they're worthy of some more debate, and I want to get your thoughts on them and have ours reinforced. I believe that Jaquan Brisker has probably played his last down in the Bears uniform. That's why he was lingering post-game. We talked about that. He took a step back, and he looked around, he soaked it in, and I think he might be moving on. Safety is not a premium position, so you look at free agency and their cap situation. If they're going to prioritize one of those two guys, I think it will be Byard over Brisker. DJ Moore, I think that he's a guy that will get a lot and already has a lot of attention about his effort level, his route running, his value, and certainly his contract. Big picture, I think DJ Moore likely will have his contract restructured, perhaps. That would be as far as I would go with DJ Moore. I would not trade him. I would not do anything else that would sound drastic to me. DJ Moore, after the emotion of watching him not go as hard as people would like on that final interception, the one that interception that will have thousands of words written about it, this is a guy that made the two biggest catches of the year in a season you'll never forget. I think that counts for something. Also, he's the toughest guy in that wide receiver room. And as for the number one priority in the offseason, I think I'll change my mind about 17 times before the draft and free agency. But right now, as we sit here this morning, and as we were talking last night, it's edge rusher. It's an edge rusher because show me a team that can get to the quarterback, and I'll show you a good defense. I was going to say left tackle. It's 1 and 1A because of Ozzie Trapillo's situation, but I would say edge rusher.
Yeah, Jaquan Brisker's gone. Kevin Byard's back. I don't have access to all 22. I don't know if you guys do. I'm not bougie enough, I guess. But after
I'll give you my password, Dustin.
After seeing the play a couple of times, we won't have to get into how many times we've watched it, but I'm sure everybody's watched the DJ Moore, Caleb Williams interception. But, at the end of the day, Caleb Williams threw the ball, right? That's accurate. Caleb Williams threw the ball. Anybody see what I saw? And again, I think you need the all-22 to get a better look. And I know Olin listens to this segment, so maybe he'll share a video he's been known to share in the past. All of a sudden, at the end of that play, Luther Burden III is there. And I'm wondering, was Luther Burden III supposed to be involved?
Because the play was busted, and you see Luther Burden, he's running this out route. But when the play gets busted and Caleb starts curling to the right, then he breaks towards the end zone almost like a fire drill.
Okay. Well, we're going to get to you in a second. And then I have changed my mind, David. And I don't think I'm going to change again. I think it's left tackle. Yesterday I kind of was like, no. I think it's you can maybe find that guy who's got 30 snaps in his game left to rush the passer. I'm just if there is the Bears had the secret sauce, the secret touch. The Bears had 4 or 5 starters from this rookie class this past season.
Yeah.
And I think you've got to get that tackle because if Ozzie's going to miss into next year, they obviously don't think enough of Theo Benedict. Enough that he will be on the Bears next year, enough that he could get you through a game or two, enough that he could be a really good swing tackle, but not enough that you want him out there in the NFC divisional round game. Then I think you got to keep things going on off. Joe Thuney's not the answer every day, every week, 18 games. No, I think left tackle is the number one priority, either in the draft or free agency, to keep things going, humming, if you will, on offense.
Can I interest you in the Karan Amagaji as a replacement? Jaquan Brisker, he made $1.8 million last year. To put that in perspective, Jonathan Owens made $2.5. All right, so when you're trying to compare the two and how much money Jaquan Brisker wants to get paid, certainly might garner over $10 million. So it'd be a tough situation, especially with the injury history, to see Jaquan Brisker coming back. You know who else is a free agent who kind of, put the nail in the coffin against the Chicago Bears and is also a safety? Cam Curl. second on the team in tackles for the Los Angeles Rams behind Landman. I mean, this is a guy who he's only making $4.5 million. Who knows? He might find his way onto the Chicago Bears.
Then he can tell us what really happened on that play.
Yeah, and why Luther Burden was
exactly
supposed to be at.
And who threw the football to him? Because it wasn't Caleb Williams. Nobody remembers that.
Right. Kevin Byard. I mean, 2-year, $15 million deal. Did he do more in the last 2 years to earn more than his last contract? Maybe so. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
I'm really surprised. Sorry, I know this was intended to get you on the record.
Your take will come in a second, buddy.
Okay, I'm really surprised at your take and your feelings about Kevin Byard.
I love Kevin Byard, but I also here my feelings on Kevin Byard are like this, and Bears fans, you should feel the same way. Do you think he's going to be able to duplicate that next year? No. The answer is no, David. I'll give you the answer for you.
Okay.
All right. DJ Moore running hard, making enough to attempt to get. I look at that play, and you hear everybody talk about it, right? Where Rome Odunze stopped running, and apparently the coverage wasn't supposed to be the best for the play that was ran, and henceforth that's why they didn't do that. A lot of discussion there, but like Ben Johnson, I'd love to hear from DJ Moore instead. And number one priority for the Bears this offseason, guys, both of you missed the bill. It's safety. It's safety. If it's going to get fixed in free agency, they don't have one, a starting one. They have tackles. They have defensive ends. Who they don't have is an actual safety. That's the most important position.
Such a good question, David. I mean,
that's the voice of Stacey Dale. She'll join us at 9. Ben Johnson, a finalist for NFL Coach of the Year with the Jags. Liam Cohen, Seahawks, Mike McDonald. 49ers, Kyle Shanahan. Yes, he's a stud. Patriots, Mike Vrabel. Who wins, and what did you think of the Bears not having a finalist for the NFL Offensive and Defensive or Rookie of the Year? Or how about an assistant coach? Any Bears player or assistant gets snubbed?
The answer is Mike McDonald. He should win Coach of the Year. Liam Cohen certainly makes an argument for himself. What once was the laughingstock of the coaching carousel by saying Duval proved his worth by not only changing Trevor Lawrence's career, but the trajectory of a franchise that was an embarrassment over the last several seasons. You couldn't tell me who took the most snaps at running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars. You couldn't name me 2 defensive starters on their team, and yet they found themselves in the position they did at the tail end of the season. But Mike McDonald, I mean, Sam Darnold, granted, Jackson Smith and Jigba, he's great, but nobody thought he was going to be performing that well. Kenneth Walker, I mean, the defense that they have, so just an all-around phenomenal job by Mike McDonald. He certainly warrants that. Ben Johnson, it's good to be a finalist, but I don't know if you're necessarily there yet. And in terms of having no finalists for offensive and defensive player or rookie of the year or assistant coaches, I mean, did you see the assistant coaches that were up there? Who's going to get it? Declan Doyle?
So. Wait, what's so funny about that?
That's funny. It's funny. It's a pretend job. Ben Johnson's the offensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears.
But why you mentioned Declan Doyle, but aren't there other assistant coaches as you study the staff that would be?
Yes, Dennis. But did you see who was Vic Fangio was there? Yes. Vance Joseph. I mean, these are guys that actually made an impact on like superior teams in the NFL. Bears coaching staff not necessarily there. And then defensive player of the year and offensive player. Yeah, no. This is a team that caught some breaks. I don't know if they were necessarily dominant over the year.
Duval.
The rookie of the year thing. How is Colston Loveland not a finalist?
Because he was. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to talk here.
Oh, but I know. I know. You're sure you can talk. That's okay.
He's missing in action for the first couple games of the season. You need a whole year.
I mean, Vic Fangio, is he there on? They didn't make the playoffs. They missed. I mean, he's there on because he's Vic Fangio. I'm not saying. I mean, just saying. Like the list don't knock my socks off. I think Mike Vrabel should win Coach of the Year. And if Ben Johnson hadn't been the Bears head coach, Mike Vrabel was a guy who I think would have worked out really well. But I mean, for the Patriots to get back as quick as the Patriots are a game away from playing in the Super Bowl. And it would be I believe, and we're going to get to this, it would be a massive upset if the Broncos were able to beat the Patriots on Sunday with the backup quarterback having to step in at this moment in time. I think Mike Vrabel is the NFL Coach of the Year, and I believe that Colston Loveland should have been a finalist, if not the winner of the NFL Offensive or Rookie of the Year.
I think Colston Loveland could have gotten consideration. I'm surprised that Al Harris wasn't the assistant coach who was mentioned maybe in the mix because of his connection to the cornerbacks and Nashawn Wright and all the things that he did, and they led all the takeaways. But I understand why there are other great assistant coaches in the league. As far as the NFL Coach of the Year, I've always been a Mike Vrabel fan. I respected him when he was in Tennessee for all those years. And when the Bears job was open, I thought that would make a lot of sense because of his personality. Done a great job in New England. Mike McDonald does a great job in Seattle. But I'll say this, and it will sound very provincial. Both those guys had situations that those teams had been good more previously than the Bears had. The Patriots had a 1-year dip, and then a couple years they were in decline, but they had been to the playoffs sooner rather than later. You look at the Seahawks, they're back. I mean, but they have been consistent. The Bears were a train wreck. The Bears were a dumpster fire. Whatever you want to describe, whatever it goes to your mind, or whatever meme that you have, or GIF, or whatever it is, it would apply to the mess that Ben Johnson inherited. He not only got the Bears back to respectability, they took the North. And then they won a playoff game. And if you're voting on this after the postseason, you can make the argument, and I would actually support it. Ben Johnson did more in his first year than any of these other guys. Liam Cohen even, you're Mr. Duval. They had been to the playoffs like in 2023, I think, or 2022, more recently with Trevor Lawrence. The Bears hadn't won a playoff game in 15 years.
That's a good point. These are great points.
This was a terrible situation that had created all the dysfunction and doubt that was worthy of all the skepticism we would have when it talked about the Bears. Now it's word association. Ben Johnson, great. Last year, a year ago, Bears, disaster. Okay? He took a disaster and he made it great. I would vote for Ben Johnson.